Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I love you. I'm sending you a very big virtual hug wherever you are on the earth plane right now. So I typically do these on Instagram and Facebook and then post them on YouTube. But today I wanted to do a YouTube video because I don't know how long this is going to be. So I want to talk about the presidential debate. And I want to preface this first by saying that anything and everything that I share doesn't need to be your truth. So if it doesn't resonate with you, just turn the video off. What I receive from my guides is a knowingness and a truth that I have, and I share it. I am not here to debate or argue. I'm not here to say my truth is the correct truth. The way I see things is the correct way. You better see it my way, and if not, you're wrong. Not at all. There are an infinite amount of truths to be had in this now moment. And we are all entitled to our own truths. And our truths are based on our resonance. And our resonance is our energetic frequency coming from our bodies. So this video is not trying to convince you, persuade you, or argue with you. This video is about understanding the energetics of what occurred last night during the debate and what is occurring in every now moment. So again, I'm not here to persuade you, convince you, or talk you into anything. And if it doesn't resonate, turn it off. So, last night I watched the presidential debate, and I experienced a lot of different energetics in my body. I experienced anger, frustration. I experienced nauseousness and dizziness. I experienced uncomfortableness, just like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. I wanted to turn it off, but I knew that I wanted to watch it. The reason I wanted to watch it was because I wanted to understand what was happening in the human collective. What I saw on stage was an energetic battle, which is what is occurring in this now moment, which is the alchemization from density into light, from one timeline into another, the massive divide that we are watching and looking at right now. It was miraculous what I was watching, but it was also very uncomfortable. It felt very crunchy in my body. And there were millions that watched it and millions that didn't. But when I woke up this morning, I knew I wanted to do a video on this. And when I sat down with my guides, and I started to receive the information, and they started to show me what was happening on stage, I brought in this beautiful being that I work with every once in a while, Ashtar. And I asked him, I said, will you be with me when I do this video? He says, why are you doing the video? And I said, well, I want to show people, I want to assist people through this because I have a feeling that people woke up this morning with more angst or anxiety, stress, worry, maybe sadness, fear, right? I don't know what that debate did to the human body and to the human, but I want to ease their pain or suffering or fear or whatever they may be feeling. Not everyone, okay? But if you are, that's what I wanted to do. He says, is your video going to do that? And I said, I don't know. And I sat with that for about 10 minutes because every time I show up for you, I do it from a place of neutrality, meaning it's not my ego that wants to do this. It is this higher perspective version of me. I'm walking with you side by side, holding our hands together or putting our arms around our shoulders, saying, we're going to get through this. See the bigger picture. But sometimes it's extremely important to look at what we just experienced, to dive into it and to unravel it, to dissect it. And sometimes in that dissection, it may stir up what we experienced in that moment, meaning when we watched the debate. And so I didn't want to perpetuate whatever you experienced during the debate. Or if you didn't watch the debate, I don't want to stir up anything that you never experienced. And so my intention is very clear with this video. My intention is to ease the stress or worry or fear or anxiety you may have after watching that. My intention is to say and to remind you that this is all energy. This is all energy. And I want to show you how. I want to dissect it for you so that you can stand in your humanness and in your now moment. You can experience whatever may be coming next. And you can remember, just like Ashtar told me, we walk right through the chaotic energetic war we saw last night. We walk right through it. And the highest timeline wins. The highest timeline, the highest outcome for humanity is what we move into. And that is key. So let me describe what happened last night. What my guide showed me. There were two energetic pillars of light standing there. Trump and Biden. Human bodies with names, personalities, egos, traits. But they were both pulsing out a vibration or a frequency, a resonance. You are pulsing out a vibration and a resonance. And when your energetic field, the resonance you pulse out based on your frequency, taps into Biden or Trump's energetic field, there is a response that happens based on that interaction. Emotions, beliefs, thoughts, experiences. Like I said last night, I felt nauseousness, dizziness. There was so much going on. I got dizzy. I had anger. I had frustration. I had irritability. I had anxiety. I had all these things. Based on which one I was listening to. Based on my resonance. No right or wrong. This is not about right. This is not about wrong. This is not about vote for this person, don't vote for this person. This is about seeing beyond the third dimensional programs and paradigms of the election in the United States. And it is about seeing the energy of what we are dismantling and what we are shifting into light. So, first, could you feel in your body when you were and if you were watching it, the resonance you were having with the different individuals, including the commentator, if you watched it? What did you feel? That's key, first and foremost, because it's not about the name and the personality. It's about the energy, because that's what we are connecting to, and that's what we're shifting. You could have 3 people standing in the room with you, sitting in the room with you, watching the exact same person say the exact same thing and have a totally different responses. Why? My frequency is different than this person's frequency. My resonance moving out of my body is different than this person's next to me. And based on the frequency, when it taps into Biden or Trump's frequency, there's going to be a different response and different energetic exchange. Okay? I may watch Biden and get annoyed. I may watch Trump and be excited. I may watch Trump and get annoyed. I may watch Biden and get excited. Okay? So it depends on your frequency and your resonance. Second, there were 2 distinct timelines on that stage last night. No right or wrong, but 2 very distinct timelines. Whether you saw it or not. There was a timeline that was based in a third dimensional program and paradigm. A timeline that continued a third dimensional way of being. Doing the same things the way we've always done it. Holding ideas and beliefs that we've always held. And many other things in that third dimensional timeline. There was another timeline that was breaking out of a third dimensional matrix, a third dimensional paradigm and program, the way we have always done it. And this isn't necessarily easy to see, because when we are asked to step out of a very programmed and manipulated or brainwashed way of being, it's almost impossible at times to be able to do that or to step out of it. But that's what was happening on stage. The timeline that is of the higher version is doing things very differently. Is breaking out of the old versions and old ways of doing things. Again, I encourage you to not go into specifics. He said, she said. I'm asking you to look at energy. Because words can be manipulated. Body language can be manipulated. Energy cannot be manipulated. You cannot manipulate energy. You can't. Energy doesn't lie. You can't take sound bites from energy. And I encourage you, as you are beginning to look at, perhaps you watch the next debate, perhaps you don't. Perhaps you take this into your everyday now and start dissecting everything. But I encourage you to begin to shut off, or begin to think about shutting off the external radios that are giving you information, and begin to come into the one station that's important and that matters, which is your station. Your station, right here, right now. Your resonance and your energy. That's your truth. Not what someone says, not what someone tells you, not what someone tries to convince you of, but your resonance, based on the resonance of other individual energies. Not the name, not the face, not the mannerisms, not what you've been told. And when you do your own investigation, meaning you dive in to what's playing out right now, the two distinct sides. You dive into your own body and your own energy, and you start to play in each side. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you recognizing? Without the influence of anything external. What are you experiencing if you decide to dive in to each candidate, let's say, to each side, to the divide? And this could be the divide of anything. It doesn't have to be the United States candidates right now. But what's so beautiful about this, the two candidates, it is literally what we are dismantling and alchemizing. It is literally the two timelines. And I preface all of this by saying, please, you guys, there is no right or wrong here. I cannot preface this enough. It's not about, oh my God, she's voting for Trump. Oh my God, she hates Biden. Oh my God, she hates Trump. She's voting for Biden. No, it's not. That's not what this is about. This is about understanding the ascension. This is about understanding how consciousness shifts. This is about stepping out of words that box us in to a third dimensional way of seeing things. This is about looking at how the media has boxed us in to experiencing our now moments based on how they want us to see it. This is about breaking out of third dimensional ways of being for the sole purpose of standing in and being in new ways. And there will be a ton of manipulation. In the next couple of months, there will be tons of battling, physically and energetically, in this shift. This is the Great Awakening. And I am not here to shy away or back away from the intensity of this, regardless of what backlash I may get. I am trying to do my best to shine a light on this energetic experience that we're having. And to allow you to remember that no one other than you understands and has the truth. And the more you shut off what everyone else is telling you, the more you will have the answers to your truth and its energy. The answers lie in energy. We can be manipulated by media, by humans, by words. You cannot be manipulated by energy. Energy does not lie. Energy cannot be taken out of context to frame in a specific way. Words can, mannerisms can, sound bites can, quotes can, energy can't. And your energy. So move back here. This is not, I'm going to say it again, and you're probably going to get frustrated, but this is not about, well, what's the right or the wrong? What's the right way, the wrong way? There isn't any. What's your resonance? What's your truth? And all I'm asking is for you to go in and try to experience your resonance. Honor your truth beyond all others, more than you ever have before. When you watched that debate, what was happening in your body? Did you have to turn it off? Is it too much? Were there certain candidates that were igniting the anger and the rage? What we saw on stage is what is actually happening in the human collective right now, all over the earth plane. We just have two courageous human bodies in the United States playing them out. What we saw last night was what is occurring all over the world. A frequency that is in one frequency, an energy that's in one frequency, and an energy that's in another frequency. A frequency that's going down one timeline and a frequency that's going down another timeline. That's what you're seeing on the collective. There's no other way of getting into what all the spiritual community likes to call New Earth. There's no way of getting there without literally breaking down and dismantling the old systems. It's impossible, which means that you have to literally see the systems that you are in. And millions of Americans and millions of humans all over the world don't necessarily want to see the systems that we've been in. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. It's crunchy. It's frustrating. It's almost impossible sometimes. So I asked Ashtar, I said, give me ways that we can move through this. Ways that we can move through this. He said, dear one, breathe. He's telling me right now, he says, smile. Smile and breathe. You get through this, he says. Smile and breathe, you get through this. He says you literally smash through what you saw on stage. Smash through it, meaning we walk right through it. We break it apart and we move beyond it. He says the highest outcome for humanity unfolds. The highest outcome for humanity unfolds. And we walk right through this. So again, like I always teach, see this as energy, not as Trump Biden. Watch how you funnel it, categorize it, judge it, attach to it. Is it possible to see it as energy? When you experience the fear, the anger, the rage, the uncomfortable crunchy, I call it, that you're just so uncomfortable, the anxiety, the stress, use your breath to just move yourself into the next now. Visualize and see the entire human collective walking right through what we are in into a higher timeline and outcome waiting for us in another now, where there is more peace and joy and more unity, where there is more calm and centeredness and alignment and expansion, where there is more love and abundance. There is this beautiful unified field where somehow humanity is able to stand together, even holding different truths and opinions. We are in the most uncomfortable, transformational shifting that we will ever experience as a human. We are in the tornado right now. We are in the storm, but we are not of the storm. We are not of the tornado. We are merely in it for the sole purpose of shifting the entire human collective. And there are two humans in the United States that we call Biden and Trump that are holding two distinct energies, two distinct timelines. For the sole purpose of allowing us to see what we're shifting, to feel what we're shifting, to understand what we're shifting, and to shift it. It's like they are spokespeople. And the best part about all of this is as we are all standing in the same now moment as human bodies, having a human experience, regardless of your resonance, my resonance, and anyone else's resonance, can we love or have compassion, empathy, and hold the response and reaction to all other humans as much as possible. And the way we do that is we realize that we are warriors of light. And no matter what my opinion and truth is, I am here to hold the higher states of consciousness, which means I get to experience anger and stress and worry and fear when I watch a debate. And then I step back and I breathe and I smile. And I remember that we walk right through this. And I remember that it's all energy anyways. And I remember that we are moving into a new earth. And I remember what that new earth means. And I remember that we break down third dimensional paradigms and systems that have been in place for thousands of years. And I remember that it is uncomfortable and crunchy. And I remember that there are millions of humans that are not going to see it and feel it the way I do. And I hold compassion and empathy as much as I can for them. I hold compassion and empathy for myself. I do what I need to do to get through my now moments, which means turn things off if I need to. Only listen to what I want. Be outside more. Drink a lot of water. Eat great food. Eat not so great food. Listen to great music. Hang out with amazing people. Whatever you need to do to move yourself through this with self-care. Compassion. It's okay, whatever you're feeling. It's okay if you're listening to this and saying, I don't believe anything you're saying right now, and I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated with you. I'm angry with you. We're still all moving through this together. We're still all going to have 1,000 different emotions and beliefs and thoughts as we go through this courageously together. Because we all end up on the other side together. The other side being the higher timeline and outcome. We all end up there. So we can fight each other. We can yell at each other. We can argue. Or we could say, you're frustrated, you're angry, you don't like me, you don't like what I'm saying. I get it. I'm still going to hold my truth. Still going to hold my resonance. I'm still going to hold what I know to be mine. I'll see you on the other side. I honor you. I love you. I see you. I'll see you on the other side. And then you breathe like you've never breathed before. You move into your body like you've never moved into your body before. You feel your resonance, your truth. You shut off the other stations. You see this as the shift and energy. I hope this was useful. If you watch the next U.S. presidential debate, vice presidential debate, I don't think I'm going to. It was a lot. I'm done. I've done my job. I'm over it. But if you do, see it as energy. Experience it as energy and dissect it on an energetic level. I guarantee you'll see it differently. Strip away the words. Strip away the boxed in thinking. Strip that away if you can. And dissect it energetically. And you may start to see, because when you do that, when you dissect it and strip away the third dimensional words, the third dimensional paradigms, the third dimensional boxed in way of seeing something, meaning if they say this word, it means this, this, this. See beyond that, and you'll start to see into the higher dimensional realms. You'll start to see what's actually happening. You will go beyond the veil of illusion. When you stick with Biden the name, Biden the personality, Trump the name, Trump the personality, you're in a third dimensional matrix. When you see beyond it and you see the energy, you are literally seeing the matrix play out. You're watching the matrix play out. You're going beyond the illusion. I love you. Thank you for being here. We got this. Nobody's going to break our stride, no matter where you are and how you see things, how you are experiencing things. We are all in this together, and we all meet on the other side. Thank you for being here. Thank you for shining your light. Thank you for loving you.